So today we will discuss about the characteristics of bryophytes and the non-vascular plants. Basically, these non-vascular plants lack vascular tissues. They lack vascular tissues. Moreover, their gametophyte generation is dominant. Gametophyte generation is dominant, right? They live in the moist areas. They live in moist places. They have different groups in the division bryophytes. They have different groups in division bryophytes, and they lack true stem and lack true stem. They basically, their stem is known as rhizoid. Rhizoids. They don't have, they lack true stem, true roots and leaves. These are basically known as pseudostem. Is known as pseudostem, right? Now let's talk about the general characteristics of the bryophytes. Bryophytes, right? They are non-vascular plants and they are amphibious. They are amphibious. It means basically they live on land, but they want water for fertilization, for existence and development. Right? Moreover, their gametophyte generation is dominant and the saprophyte generation is semi-parasitic on the gametophyte. Saprophyte is semi-parasitic on gametophyte. It means that the sporophyte generation is dependent on the gametophyte generation, and this gametophyte generation is chlorophyll. This gametophyte is chlorophyllous and photosynthetic, right? Basically, a process known as protoentry is observed in these bryophytes. Proto entry, basically they are protoandrous. What does that mean? Basically the male part matures earlier than the female part. Male parts mature early than female parts, right? Basically they have, we know that every organism have two sex, the male and the female. The male sex organ is basically known as anthrazoids. Male gametes is known as anthrazoids, and the male structure is known as antheridia. And dia, right? And if we talk about the female gamete, the female gamete is basically known as egg, and the structure is known as archegonia. The structure is known as archegonia. Basically what happens, this male gametophyte basically matures early, and this female takes time. So the sperms are, or you can say the anthozoids, are released in the water, and basically in water they increase their viability. And when the female gametes get mature, they release a fragrance of sugar cane, which basically attract the male gametes anthozoids towards itself. Basically it is due to the chemotactic movement, right? Basically the study of bryophyte is known as bryology. Bryology is known as the study of bryophytes. Basically bryophyte is a collective form of liverworts, hornworts and mosses. Liverworts, hornworts and mosses. This is a collective form, right? Basically this bryophytes first appeared 450 million years ago. 450 million years ago they first appeared, and they are evolved from the green alga. And bryophytes have heteromorphic alternation of generation with dominant gametophyte generation. The gametophyte generation is quite dominant, right? So I hope this general characteristics of bryophytes and non-muscular plant is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be very glad to answer.